ticket.
Here at Midwest Bank, we want to thank all the generous donors who helped us make our 2025 turkey dinner for schools a success. Thanks to the generosity, we raised enough money to provide 191 families across 6 different schools in Lincoln with a full Thanksgiving meal. With your support, we've made Thanksgiving Day for these families a little brighter. We want to wish everyone a healthy and happy Thanksgiving. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Omaha Steaks is the official sponsor of tailgating. From legendary burgers to mouth-watering steaks, deli-style franks, and so much more, you'll elevate your next game day get-together with America's original butcher. Now you have the chance to be the ultimate gift giver this holiday season. Visit omahasteaks.com/theticket for 16 free Omaha Steaks smash burgers on your order of $129 or more. Plus 50% off site-wide. That's 16 free smash burgers at omahasteaks.com/theticket. See the website for details. Happy holidays from Omaha Steaks.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in December. Try one of their delicious breakfast sandwiches or grilled breakfast burritos. Don't forget to snag a gift card for stocking stuffers and bring your family in from out of town. With 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward, Bagels and Joe.
Ready, set, Ford. Just announced 0% for 66 months with approved credit on all 2025 Ford F-150s at Zollner, Fort Beatrice. Save thousands in finance charges. If your current pickup loan's 4, 5, 6% or more, trade in today and receive 0% for up to 66 months on a brand new 2025 Ford F-150 of your choice at Zollner, Fort Beatrice, Nebraska's volume dealer with the hometown service you expect.
Husker fans watch women's basketball, so we can't wait to see you in the stands at Pinnacle Bank Arena this season. Single game tickets start at just $12, making it easier than ever to watch the Huskers from the best seat in the house. Don't miss your chance to witness the energy, the hustle, and the heart of this team live in PBA. Huskers watch women's basketball, so get your tickets now at huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals, no more hunting down parts, no more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
MWR is dedicated to building attractive, affordable steel buildings that exceed your expectations. From commercial to residential to agriculture storage, steel buildings are cost-effective, attractive, and versatile. Plus, they're a lasting investment and an ideal choice. MWR uses Sentinel Building Systems out of Albion and can service you all over the state and region. If you have interest in a steel building, post-frame building, or fencing, give MWR a call today at 402-980-5273 or go to mwrbuildingandfence.com.
The holidays are here, and there's every reason to make Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina part of your plans. Are you heading to a Nebraska basketball game? Stop at Tipsy Tina's before or after for delicious tacos. Meeting friends for drinks for an ugly sweater get-together? Enjoy Tipsy Tina's variety of margaritas. And if you're not sure about what to get for a gift this year, Tipsy Tina's gift cards are always a great idea. Don't forget about the event space at Salt next door to Tipsy Tina's, all of them located in the Haymarket at 8th and Q. Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Ostrider. Watch out! Marfisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to this tremendous Tuesday, and I am already pretty close to making some corrections to a certain individual. Swim,
Good morning.
your leash is getting really small already, and it's only 9:06.
You get one Steelers win, and you think you can just do whatever you
I didn't
want
even bring up the Steelers.
because you don't have to.
I didn't bring up the Steelers. So what are you saying?
You just walk in with a different smugness.
No, there was not a small.
This
I told you. I said I'm a little shaky. Oh, why?
I did not say oh. I was just like, why?
No, it was that smug why. It wasn't. Hey, what's up, dog?
Oh, so I'm the smug one.
I said I'm a little shaky.
Steelers get one win against a real bad Miami Dolphins team last night.
They got a what?
A win.
They got a what?
They were victorious.
Believe me, I'm just surprised as you
No,
are.
stop acting like this.
No, Nick. What? Okay, look at the story with the Steelers. I don't expect them to win most of the time because they find ways to lose.
But you were playing one of the worst teams in the NFL last night.
Pittsburgh plays to the level of competition. The Berg always does that the past decade.
I feel like sometimes you overreact with your Steelers.
What do you mean overreact?
The
receipts prove that I'm right.
In terms of like, they're better than what you give them credit for.
No, they're better than what they play most of the time. Okay. They're a better team than what they put on the product at times with the talent they have.
Okay.
That's why I'm so frustrated with them all the time, Nick, because if they just sucked and didn't have any talent, I'm like, hey, my team just sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not throwing the other team on the bus, but you know who those lower tier teams are. It's like, it is what it is. Okay. But Pittsburgh.
Who are those lower tier teams?
I'm not going to throw anybody's team under the bus. They know who they are. Just look at the ratings. All right? You know who you are.
Yeah, exactly.
And Pittsburgh just tends to play. That's why it's so frustrating. Nick, it'd be like if you had a kid,
okay,
and you knew they had all this talent, but weren't maximizing the majority of it.
Sure.
It would be frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, AD, you guys are about to be the 4th seed in the AFC playoffs.
I'll take it.
Yeah, I would say
I'll
so.
take any way we can get in. Because usually, Nick, you know how these buses come down the street here on O Street?
Yeah.
And you see somebody running to catch the bus, and they may get their foot in the door. Somebody lets them in. That's usually the Pittsburgh Steelers get into the playoffs. Somebody, they pry the door open with their foot or their leg, or they're running down O Street. They're running towards the playoffs to try to make it last second, last minute, when they had plenty of time to make the playoffs, but they just shoot themselves in the foot, man. So
here's the real question. What division is the worst in the NFL?
Ours.
AFC North?
I think so. It might be, or the North or the South.
Well,
I think it's AFC North.
I think it's the AFC North.
I think it's the North because
the Browns, the Browns, the Bengals, and the Ravens.
Yep. It's the North.
It's the North.
Yep.
The South is better.
They tend to play to the level of competition, man. I'm telling you. Aaron Rodgers took 2 sacks last night he shouldn't have taken.
That is true.
And I'm like, dude, and you mentioned one. I was like, yep. And then there was another one later. I'm like, dude, but he's very quick to yell at the sideline for the play not getting in fast enough.
I did see that as well.
And he just loses it.
Yeah.
And I would, you know what, in his defense, I would lose it with Austin. Whatever, Arthur Smith as well.
Yeah.
I would lose it as well. But nevertheless, we got the win, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
We got a lot of football talk. Nick, first of all, how are you getting acclimated? You getting your sleep back?
Oh, I'm fine. We're fine.
So you can do that at 24.
We went on a little bit of a 3-day bender, but we're back to normal. We're good. We're good.
A little bit of
I felt great last night. I went to bed about 10 p.m., which is early.
That's good for you.
That's great for me. Went to bed about 10 p.m. and I woke up this morning and here we are. So we're fine.
Well, 10 p.m. was late for me because I stayed up and watched the entire game.
I know. I did see your I can't remember if it was a story or something
on IG
that you were like past my bedtime, and I look and it's like 9:50.
It was past my bedtime, bro. And
anytime is past your bedtime when you get up at 3:30.
The clock went off this morning. You know what though? I'll probably feel it later, but this morning I was good.
Yeah.
It's always better getting up after a win.
Sure.
It's always a little easier, a little more pep in your step.
Yeah.
And then I'm talking right now, man. Okay. So in the group thread, me, Aiken Udofi, and Troy both, the guys that I grew up with since junior high. Troy has been a lifelong Fins fan like Jake. Okay. He's been a long time Fins fan. And the Dolphins have sucked for years. Okay. They had their one glory of fame back in 1972. And they had some good years with like Jason Taylor, when he was a defensive end. And then you had some years they were decent. But, Troy Bothy has had a lifetime of misery for the Dolphins. So he starts sending me memes. We're going back and forth, me, him, and EU and Acom. So we're having a good time last night. Then all of a sudden, Troy gets quiet when Pittsburgh goes up 21-3, whatever the heck it was.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, because he was really nice with the meme game. And then he says, I'm going to bed, said some words that I can't say on radio. And I said, fine. And this morning, I thought it was over.
Yeah.
Okay. No, he going to send me a meme while I'm in the gym of a dog peeing on the Steelers logo. So what I said, okay, that's good. So I was going to let it ride, but Troy would not let it ride. Meanwhile, Aiken was just sending memes of popcorn, watching the fight go back and forth. So I got into my Nigerian voice. I said, Troy Bothy, why do the Dolphins suck? Why does your team suck?
Why did you choose to use that voice?
Because there's a meme that's pretty funny.
Okay. I was curious.
I said, why does your team suck? You always go on vacations. Your team has not been relevant for 53 years.
That's true.
You keep sending me memes of Larry Zonka. Larry Zonka is 138 years old. Your team sucks. So he wanted to keep going. So I'm like, I can play the meme game all day long. But Troy, I love you, but your team sucks.
Let me ask you the last time. Do you know on by chance? Sorry, I can't see.
Boy, you got some serious sunlight.
Yeah, it's 9:12 a.m. That's usually the time that the sun comes around. When was the last time the Miami Dolphins won their division? They ended up losing in the wild card.
I don't think you were even born yet.
I was. They had Chad.
2016?
No, farther than that. 2016, they finished second.
Okay.
2008 was the last time they finished. They won their division. They ended up losing.
So they had Jason
in
Taylor.
The playoffs. Sperano was the coach. Pennington was the quarterback.
Chad Pennington.
Yep, Chad Pennington. I'm gonna look this up a little bit more here.
Notice how back in the archives you have to go to see how they were relevant.
Ronnie Brown was their leading rusher.
Brown. He was a bad boy.
Yeah. Ronnie Brown was their leading rusher, and Ted Ginn Jr. was their leading wide receiver.
Ted Ginn. Where did he go to college at, Swim?
Ted Ginn?
Mm-hmm.
It was Ohio State.
The Ohio State.
Yeah,
I always like to say, which cracks me up, but nevertheless.
That's correct.
Think about the number of receivers that have come out of Ohio State over the past 20 years, man. Going all the way back to Carter, which was before your time.
Oh, yeah.
They literally have been.
It's going
to be interesting to see how they continue with, is it Glanville? Not Glanville.
No. Brian Hartline.
Hartline. I'm thinking the Hartline going to Florida, whatever school he went to down in Florida.
South Florida.
South Florida.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how they do in the as far as recruiting receivers with him being gone.
Well, it's crazy because here is, just some of the wide receivers. I got to scroll down. I have them all listed here. When you look at it, so Ohio State, some of the names here. Marvin Harrison Jr., Joey Gatt, that have played in the NFL from Ohio State. Marvin Harrison Jr., Ted Ginn Jr., Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Emeka Ibuka, Jackson Smith and Jigba, Santonio Holmes, Devin Smith, Curtis Samuel, Michael Thomas, Paris Campbell, Chris Sanders, Terry McLaurin, Braxton Miller, Brian Hartline himself. There's more down here as well. Noah Brown. I'm not naming them all that we have, but then you look at what's going to be the case in a couple of years. Carnell Tate's going to be added to that list. Brandon Innes is going to be added to that list. Jeremiah Smith is obviously a part of that as well. It is a wide receiver factory. Now, I do think Brian Hartline will have success just recruiting overall down in Florida because you give him that hotbed and at a group of 5 spot to where maybe games come a little bit easier for that team. Whew,
It's going to be interesting
Yeah.
there, man. Jordan from Wilbur, what's up? He goes, they only won because Brady tore his ACL first game that year. I remember that year, Jordan from Wilbur.
Yeah.
Unmasked Texter. Good morning, brother. Oh, no. Bully AD is back. Good luck today.
That's right. I'm going to need the luck.
Nick, we're not going to bury the headline. We're going to talk about this in depth at 10 to get your I'm going to go heavy the text line at 10 to get your opinions, folks.
Yeah.
Of course, it's no secret now that Dylan Raiola decides to hit into the portal, leaving way for a lot of question marks at the quarterback position. Do they bring someone else in? Nick, what was your initial thoughts on it?
I was not expecting. I think anybody in the business that tells you that they were expecting to hear about it yesterday is lying to you. I think that this was has been trending in this direction though for the last couple of weeks or so. I don't know. I'm not too concerned about going forward. I think for me, Nebraska, and I tweeted this out, something along the lines of this, of essentially like we're about to find out. And if you listen to the show at all, you know that I'm a massive proponent of this idea. We're about to find out how good this staff is at identifying talent, because Nebraska is now going to have to more than likely go into the portal and spend big money on quarterback, because it feels like the idea around TJ Lateef has somewhat simmered down. They're going to need to go find a true playmaker at running back, potentially some wide receivers. We know for sure offensive line. And if you want to throw defensive side of the ball in there as well, you can throw in the defensive line as well. But I think that more so just staying on the offensive side of the ball, we have to be careful here that we're not setting ourselves up for regression as a fan base next year and being okay with it. Because
elaborate.
Every single program goes through exactly what Nebraska is going through right now. Every single program at some point in their time under a certain coach will go through a where it feels like everything's just happening all at once. You lose key players. You need to improve at some key positions. Maybe you lose, like I said, you lose some key players, and then the schedule becomes instantly more difficult next year. Mm-hmm. That's not an excuse for regression, in my opinion. You just committed more years to a head coach, to a staff. The head coach strategically comes out a few weeks ago and requests more money. You got it. You've been given everything you need to avoid regression. And think about what I'm saying right now. We're not even saying make progress. We're just saying avoid regression. And so I sit here and I go, does it stink that Nebraska's going to have to do all of this? Yeah, it does. And it's going to be a very different looking football team, I think, next year on the offensive side of the ball than maybe what we saw this year. But AD, do not get it twisted. Just because Nebraska loses their starting quarterback does not give me a feeling of that, oh, you know what? It's okay if they go 5-7 next year, or it's okay if they go 4-8.
Text line, let us know what your thoughts are. Keep those coming in, your initial thoughts on DR deciding to hit the portal. Let us know, because at 10 o'clock, we're going to talk about this a lot. David, what's up, free off? He goes, so we'll need to get 18 new starters from the portal.
And IQ Crew goes, okay, Swim, hold up. We have some dogs in the kennel. We do not need to get a whole team from the portal. Who are they? Quentin Ives? Who are they? Are we ready? Who's going to be out there in replacement of Dane Key? Who's going to be out there in replacement of Henry Lutovsky or other guys? The portal hasn't even opened yet. We don't even know who's all going to be here.
See, what you just said there, Swim, is the key point. I think some of these points are premature. Not points, but everything's premature, because after the bowl game, that's when you're going to find out what's really going on.
100%.
I mean, there'll be some guys who
100%.
go early, like we've already seen a few. But January after the bowl game is you'll see who's staying, who's going. And quite honestly, Nick, here's the other part, who is going to be told, we don't have a spot for you next year.
100%.
So there's all those factors that are involved there. So again, folks, let us know your thoughts on this. A quick little rundown, though, on kind of the portal history. Not portal history, but Nebraska and the portal history. It's instability has been the norm. Nick, you mentioned that it's happened every place. Nebraska has used a transfer portal quarterback every year since 2019. Every year since 2019. More than a dozen quarterbacks have exited. Think about that for a second. Only a handful have come in. It's a pattern tied to coaching changes, system fits, injuries, and maybe some expectations on both sides of the ball. During the Frost era, all right, Adrian Martinez was the guy until he wasn't. We had backups Vedral, Bunch, McCaffrey. They clearly never developed or stuck here. Luke McCaffrey, leaving after he's being told, his future was bright, highlighted by mixed messaging, uncertainty in player development, depth erosion and trust issues. He's gone.
Yeah.
2021, 2022, the reset button, the portal flood, everything opened up. Frost and Martinez part ways. Both sides needed it. In my opinion, Nick, remember this name? It's easy to forget. We bring in Casey Thompson and Chubba Purdy.
That's right.
Remember that?
We forget about the Casey Thompson era.
Absolutely. That one-year wonder with Casey Thompson, he gave us stability, some leadership. It was our first win over Iowa in a decade.
Yeah.
But again, coaching turnover led to Thompson leaving, Smothers leaving, 5 QBs exiting in one cycle. Remember Smothers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. There we go. Now, Matt Rule comes in, trying to stabilize, but still rotating. Jeff Sims was handpicked. We know how that went. Great kid. Just didn't work out here at Nebraska. Goes to ASU. Has some bright spots down there. Injuries, turnovers, short leash. Heinrich Haarberg becomes the only QB to start with start wins in 2023. Chubba Purdy and Sims both leave. If you're not the guy, you're probably gone. Hence why it's going to be very interesting this coming portal session to see if Latif stays or goes.
And this is where IQ Crew.
I got some more to come.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
brother. We got plenty of information.
IQ Crew. Let me actually get out in front of this as well. I also do not fall in line that this was a one-sided decision. I very much do not fall in line with the idea that this was a one-sided decision. If anything, I'm not going to be afraid to admit this. Like, if anything, I feel like maybe it was even more so of Nebraska decision to say, hey, you know what? Maybe it's time we both go our separate ways.
Fresh start.
And that's just from what kind of I've heard about. Here's what I would also add on there is IQ Crew, to follow up with his earlier in the conversation, said, okay, Swim, hold up. Nebraska has some dogs in the kennel. We do not need to go get a whole team from the portal. Shaking my head. He followed up with Isaiah Mosey's a dude, and Isaiah Hunter in the wide receiver room is a dog. Nebraska has offensive linemen in the pipe. They're just waiting for their time to shine. I would sit here and ask that Isaiah Mosey and Isaiah Hunter, I 100% agree with. I do not disagree with that in the slightest. But the offensive lineman component of it, everybody wanted to talk so much about how bad the offensive line was all year. But in all reality, if it was that bad, why didn't those guys that supposedly they're just waiting for their time to shine, why weren't they given the opportunity to shine? Maybe what we think from the outside is not what's actually going on the inside. And as important of development pieces are, AD, it's exactly what you and I agreed on at the start of the year. At some point, now's got to be the time.
Yeah.
You can't keep waiting around and saying, hey, let's just, and IQ Crew, I'm not just telling you that, like, this is not just a dog on you, because you're absolutely right about some of those pieces. But a key position that you left out was the quarterback as well. And as you look around at college football, teams that are successful all have one thing in common. They have their quarterback situation figured out to a T. And Nebraska right now, whether TJ Latif is here or not here, I think everybody can agree that the quarterback position for Nebraska, there's not a universal agreement on what's going to happen there.
And there hasn't been for quite some time since Adrian Martinez left back in when he left to go to K-State.
Yeah.
He was the most stable quarterback we had in years. You look at the Raiola era here, a lot of hype, a lot of hope. Now departure. Our first 5-star in I don't know how long. Was it? When was a lot? Was it Lucky?
It would have been more than Lucky. Yeah.
2 bowl seasons. There was some progress. Injuries, inconsistency, stalled momentum. It isn't shocking that he's leaving. I was not shocked whatsoever that he left. Nick, and you've heard me say this a number of times, and I share this with my family members. We got a big group family text. And I said to them, and they know this too. I mean, they've all understand this game. I don't get attached to any player in this current landscape of college football and college sports. You can't. These are 1-year deals. And they've always been 1-year deals, as far as scholarship renewals, but they're really 1-year deals when you add an NIL in the portal.
It is so funny because there was a running back from USC who had, I think I looked up and he had like 500 or 900 yards. It was less than 1,000. It was less than 1,000. The stats were fine. I believe his name was Wayman Jordan. And it was so funny because USC football tweeted out a picture a couple of days ago from him sitting at a desk. And it said, Wayman Jordan has re-signed with the Trojans.
Yeah.
And that is such an incredible indictment of where we're at. And you're absolutely right. I mean, that is absolutely correct. And there's a lot more to dive into.
We're going to dive
with the nitty gritty. We're going to hear from Dana Holgorsen later today. That's the other part of this entire conversation. Like, I think that there's multiple layers to this. Everybody likes to use the onion analogy, and I think that it applies here to where there's so many layers to it, where we can talk about the fit of personality and the family components of Dylan Raiola being at Nebraska. We can talk about what Dylan knew he wanted to accomplish when he came to Nebraska, rather than instead of going to a place like Ohio State where he could step in and instantly be competing for a national championship. We can talk about all the other off the field stuff with Dylan Raiola. We can also talk about the on the field stuff in terms of processing, in terms of the IQ piece of it, in terms of all the coaches, the coaching turnover on the offensive side of the ball. Dylan Raiola comes in, Glenn Thomas gets hired. I mean, we can talk so much about it. And one thing that we still just haven't even mentioned is this is all Dylan Raiola. What about just Nebraska football? Like that is the biggest question going forward is what doesn't it did not work. The divorce has started. The papers have been filed and everybody's taking care of each side, making sure everything sticks around. But at the end of the day, it is a matter of what does Nebraska need next? Because this did not work. Jeff Sims did not work. And in the first, I would say, yes, he got you to 2 bowl games. But I would say this, AD, that there's still questions about the staff's identity or the ability to identify talent.
Yeah, it's Nick, there's some big decisions that have to be made, man. And obviously people have different feelings and emotions on DR leaving. I will say this, though. I wish any kid that leaves here, to me, this is just me. This is probably a bad take from a radio host, but life is too short. Wish the kid the best, next man up. Yeah. And I wish him the best. And quite honestly, Dylan Raiola, man, brought a lot of spotlight to Nebraska. He was a heavy recruiter for Nebraska. There's some guys that came here because of Dylan Raiola's recruiting prowess. And so it is what it is. This is the new day and age of college football, of college sports in general. You take the good with the bad. We don't, as far as that goes, we don't get some of our players that have helped us over the years without the portal. So it gives and it taketh away. And it's a 1-year deal, man. And the more that you put your mentality that way, the easier it is to stomach the changes that come along, because he ain't going to be the last either. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah.
Bottom line. Folks, we come back, we'll dive a little bit more in this. We'll talk NFL, but from 10 o'clock basically to 11, we'll be going all in on the quarterback situation with Nebraska. It's The Drive. It's Tuesday, 937 Ticket.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in December. Try one of their delicious breakfast sandwiches or grilled breakfast burritos. Don't forget to snag a gift card for stocking stuffers and bring your family in from out of town. With 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward, Bagels and Joe. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
The holidays are here, and there's every reason to make Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina part of your plans. Are you heading to a Nebraska basketball game? Stop at Tipsy Tina's before or after for delicious tacos. Meeting friends for drinks for an ugly sweater get-together? Enjoy Tipsy Tina's variety of margaritas. And if you're not sure about what to get for a gift this year, Tipsy Tina's gift cards are always a great idea. Don't forget about the event space at Salt next door to Tipsy Tina's, all of them located in the Haymarket at 8th and Q.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Husker fans watch women's basketball, so we can't wait to see you in the stands at Pinnacle Bank Arena this season. Single game tickets start at just $12, making it easier than ever to watch the Huskers from the best seat in the house. Don't miss your chance to witness the energy, the hustle, and the heart of this team live in PBA. Huskers watch women's basketball, so get your tickets now at huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Finally, a good reason to have a smart house. Just say, Alexa, play 93.7 The Ticket, and we'll magically start playing. How's it work? Nobody knows. Don't ask questions. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see increasing clouds throughout the day with light winds and an afternoon high around 55. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and light winds with a low around 28. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies and be breezy with an afternoon high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Don't be fooled by the typical holiday ads this year. A new car for your significant other is a dream, but not a likely reality. Why not upgrade the current car you have with a detail? This year's hot item is a gift certificate from Nebraska Auto Detail to make your car look and smell fully refreshed again. We all have clutter and we all make messes, but it doesn't have to stay like that. Give the gift of a clean car this holiday. Buy your certificate at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call 402-601-5086 for an appointment today.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, folks, we are back. This segment is always brought to you by our good friend Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, who's been a well-respected rep since 1999. Checking up to check your home, your vehicle, your family, even your future. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100 or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or in Seward. Got a call, Swim?
Yes, we do. Let's go to the Honda of Lincoln hotline, 464-5685. The Honda of Lincoln hotline, sponsored by our friends at Honda of Lincoln. Let's go to the phone lines. We got Nate on the line. Nate, thanks for being patient, my friend. What's on your mind?
Hey, good morning, guys. Dylan Ryla, Husker Nation. Good morning. I think with Dylan Ryla, I think this situation has been, unfortunately, a disaster from the beginning. I think there was a lot of hope. But national attention-wise, I think it wasn't a positive. I think whenever Dylan's name got brought up nationally, it was always reflected on, the Pat Mahomes thing and all that. There was more bad than there was good to contributing to winning football with turnovers, the cosplay, and all that. I'm glad this is over. I think a real quarterback battle in the spring is going to bring out a dog in this team, and the team is going to be better for it. I think as far as developing of players and what Nebraska football needs to do, I think it starts with the coaching staff addressing an identity on offense. What do we do? What are we going to do? Because now we know what to develop for. I think offensively right now, with Dylan Raiola, we've catered to him and we've let him bring in who he wants. We've also altered strategically what the coaches originally wanted to do. And we cater to this kid, offensively, strategy-wise, on, hey, don't transfer. What do we got to do to keep you here? Offensively, what do you want to do? You want to throw it 35 times so it looks good on a highlight reel? That's great. We'll do that. So now that I think he's gone, I think the coaches now are hiring for a new direction in Nebraska football. I think some of the recent hires have indicated this. So I'm excited for a real quarterback battle, which I can honestly say, when's the last time we've had a true quarterback battle where the keys weren't just handed over to somebody? You tell me. I know it's before Crouch and Newcomb, but there's got to be one, 10 years ago. Anyway, I also wanted to ask you guys this question. Do you think Dylan Ryla's situation set recruits back with this coaching staff specifically, meaning do you think the keys to the program and catering to a kid will ever happen again with this coaching staff to the point where, like, you're a 5-star, we're going to alter the offense around you, we're going to give everything to you, we're going to pay you all this money? Will that ever happen again? But do you think this coaching staff and fan base is scorned permanently with the whole 5-star thing? Your thoughts?
Thanks, Nate. Appreciate it.
Very insightful call, my brother.
Let me start off with this, with the first stuff that Nate was saying about Dylan. We cannot act naive that this doesn't happen across the country. This is not just a Nebraska issue, AD, in my opinion. I think that there's a lot of places, a lot of organizations, a lot of programs that, I don't want to say sell their soul, but they offer a lot to a highly touted recruit and highly touted player. That's just kind of the day and age that we're in right now, in addition to money. Nate, I hate to play this game because I have always been somewhat of a college football purist, and there's pieces of me that does miss, like, just the BCS national championship and the way that the games used to be and how meaningful bowl games used to be. And I'll say this, like, outside of the Big Ten championship game, college championship week or conference championship weekend kind of sucked, in my opinion, because it didn't feel like they really mattered a whole lot. So there's a lot of a college football purist in me when I say this. When Nebraska is investing as much as they were into Dylan Raiola or any player, you have to.
you have to do everything that Nebraska was doing for him. You have to, because if you aren't attempting, my point is this.
Initially.
No, I mean holistically. If Nebraska views that and believes that Dylan was worth the $3.5 million price tag that was with him, was tied with him, you have to do everything you can to try to be in sync and be going in the same direction with what Dylan needs at that point. Because if you are spending $3.5 million, but the other, $14 million, hypothetically speaking, the other $10 million on your roster fits a different identity and a different style, well, then it's not going to work. It's not going to work. And you're going to be able to look at that and sit there and say, well, we're either wasting $10 million or we're wasting $3.5 million. You're not working together. And so I sometimes struggle with this thought of like, Nebraska shouldn't have catered to Dylan Raiola. I go back to when they brought Dylan Raiola in. Is in that moment you moved on from multiple good quarterbacks that maybe fit your style better. But we also have to remember the style of Nebraska in 2023 is not the same style as Nebraska going into 2026. Staff it looks considerably different. I think Matt Rule has somewhat changed what he wants to do. And in my opinion, do I like thinking, AD, that Nebraska had to cater to Dylan Raiola or had to cater to any, take away the name out of it, would have to cater to any 18-year-old? No, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I think that's also just the day and age of college athletics that we're in.
Tennessee last year, Nick, where'd their quarterback end up this year?
It was, UCLA.
Had some demands out there. Didn't work out. When he got to UCLA, obviously, season didn't go the way he wanted.
Yeah.
I say that to say this, man. It's not always greener on the other side. And I think Deshaun McCullough had a great, and DF sent me that interview because I hadn't seen that. DF, I appreciate that, a few days back. And Deshaun, he says, when he talked about the portal, the way he looked at it, he goes, it's not all about securing the bag. You better go someplace where you can play. And he did play at each place he was at. He played at Indiana. He played in Oklahoma. And he started here. And he said, it's not all about the money. It was obviously that's a factor. You go to a place you can play. To go back, was it Nate that called?
It was Nate.
Nate, appreciate it again. Two things that he said. Well, a lot of things you said. But, Nate, you mentioned a true quarterback battle. And I love that. A true quarterback battle. It'd be nice to see that.
I don't think we're in that day, though.
What do you mean we're not in that day?
I don't think at a place at a position like quarterback. I don't think we can see quarterback battles. I don't think you will. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
Because
I'm simply saying this. Make sure the guy that's there is the best guy rather than how many stars he's got behind his name coming out.
Absolutely. But I look back to whether Nebraska needs, so hypothetically speaking, here we go. Let's just play the hypothetical game. Let's say Nebraska, everybody on the text line wants Brendan Sorsby. You think Brendan Sorsby's coming here with a possibility of him being in a quarterback battle? Absolutely not. The dude's trying to go to the NFL in 1 year.
Well, the reality is you bring a Sorsby here, you're going to lose. Latif is not going to sit. He's not going to sit.
Point.
And I wouldn't blame him.
So that is exactly my point. Then if you sit here and tell TJ Latif, hey, you're going to be the starter in 2026, and then going into 2027, you're going to have this quarterback battle with Trey Taylor, TJ Latif's going to sit there and be like, what? Why? Why would I put my future in jeopardy?
I see what you're saying.
The day and age of quarterbacks wanting to go somewhere where they're not.
The guy's going to come where he can start.
Yes.
As far as that goes. And
Sam Levitt's not going to anywhere that he's not going to be promised the starting job. Well, and let me also say this.
You look at
Emmett Johnson wasn't going to come back unless he was promised the starting job.
Well, you look at last year, even the quarterback Hewitt. You know what I'm saying? What went to Ohio State?
Julian Sam.
No, Julian Sam. The guy that came here was sitting here. We signed Dylan. He says, I'm not coming there. Went to Ohio.
Kyle McCord.
Yeah. He was not going to come here and play second fiddle.
He has 1 year
not
football
when he
left.
can go someplace else to start.
Yeah.
So, Nate, although I see your point, I like the idea. But those days, for the most part, especially at a place like Nebraska, regardless of the past records and things of that nature, that's a reality. Most of these quarterbacks, you got a year or two they're not going to come someplace and sit, especially when you got a year, even 2 years of eligibility. It's not going to happen.
It's even a situation, in all honesty, guys, of just like Nebraska's not a place like a group of 5 institution where you are going to maybe be able to get the piece that was looked over at a Power 4 institution. Like, so the perfect example is like, I'm trying to think. Bo Pribula from Penn State was the Penn State transfer. He went to Missouri after Penn State because he knew that he wasn't going to play over Drew Aller. So he goes to Missouri. He understands I have to maybe sit, but I'm also getting a quarterback battle with Cook at Sam Cook, I believe is his name, at Missouri. Cook ends up getting hurt as the starting quarterback, so Pribula comes in, earns the starting job. Nebraska's not in that situation. Nebraska needs to figure out who their starter is, and you don't want to go get somebody that is the forgotten or overlooked piece. You need proven results, because right now, this staff necessarily hasn't shown the ability to consistently develop guys at key positions. Outside of Emmett Johnson, what's happened to Ja'Cory Barney? What happened with Dane Key? I mean, you can go up and down the list.
But, you say development. With the Dane Key and Ja'Cory Barney, as far as development, I think that's more of a schematic issue than development.
Sure, but
we know those boys can ball out.
But so why aren't you? And you know what? We're working in the same conversation.
Exactly. That's a schematic issue. Schematically,
why are you holding yourself back? I sit here, and I understand that once again we want the quarterback battles, and Nate, does not mean like picking apart your call, because there was a lot of really good stuff there.
Well, Nate said something too, that I think that was spot on. What's our identity?
I think it's shifted. I think,
and that's the problem. It keeps shifting. That is my frustration. It's like, what is our identity? When you think of Nebraska football offensively, I don't know what the identity is, man.
Yeah,
I just don't know what it is, and Nick, I still don't. And it's going to be this is, to me, and we say this in some ways every year, but you're coming in year 4. Now, we've heard year 3's magical year. Year 3's magical year. Where was it magical? The past 3 years, this is reality. We've won one more game and we've lost one less. But in our last 2 games, you throw in the Minnesota game, which still has a bad taste in your mouth, but you lost your last 2 games by a combined 50 points. 50. One of them was at the crib.
Yeah.
So these are things to where, as astute fans, and Nebraska fans are some of the most astute fans in all of college football. We know a good product when we see it. We haven't seen that consistently in these past 3 years. This offseason is going to be crucial. And Nick, as you pointed out, the schedule next year in 2026, good Lord, you have to do these things yesterday. And there is a lot to be done to straighten things up over there at One Memorial Stadium Drive for the incoming 2026 season. That's just reality, man.
We had a text on the text line that said Nebraska doesn't have time for a forgotten or overlooked piece. Is Joe Burrow forgotten or overlooked at Ohio State? We forget that Joe Burrow was there for 2 seasons at LSU. I think a better comp, and this goes back to exactly what I talked about in the first segment, is Nebraska has to correctly identify a guy. Fernando Mendoza is the perfect example. He was not forgotten. He was not second fiddle. He was the starter at California, and Indiana's done it twice in a row. They went to Ohio and realized that Curtis Rourke was the guy that they wanted. So they go and get Curtis Rourke, who has a nice year before he gets injured. Then they go and they do the same exact thing, and they go to Cal and get Fernando Mendoza. We can get so infatuated with the Brennan Sorsbys. We can get so caught up in the Sam Levitts, and before it was Kyle McCord and where these guys play. But what really matters is the staff's ability to find somebody that they feel like that they can take and improve their game, and while doing that, improves the overall betterment of the program. And Nebraska hasn't done that. And it's not an easy thing to do. I don't want to sit up here and act like I could do a better job, because I certainly could not. But you have to understand that the same way people say all the time, don't get caught up in the stars. I understand that. You have to find what's best for your program. And what Nebraska needs, I don't know if fans can answer the question. We know what fans want, maybe a little bit of mobility. You still want to be a run-dominant team. Does Nebraska have the personnel offensively to be able to cater to that? No. If the answer is no, then guess what? The portal is going to be pretty active. Does the coaching staff want to transform to that? If the answer is no, then we're probably not going to see it. It's you have to work in sync, and it feels like over the last 3 years, just Nebraska hasn't been.
Folks, we're going to come back with a quick history segment. Hop right back into this and dive into the nuts and bolts of the portal. We'll do some NFL tomorrow. This is kind of the major headline of the day. Want to keep getting your opinions and your takes on this as well. It's The Drive, 937 Ticket.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals, and get your lift on with 3 weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hi, I'm Scott Miller, Business Development Officer at Midwest Bank's Lincoln branches. As a lifelong Lincolnite with over 30 years of experience in financial management, I'm here to help your business grow and succeed. My focus is building strong relationships with businesses and clients across Lincoln. Because at Midwest Bank, we believe banking is about people, not just numbers. Visit us at midwest.bank or stop by one of our Lincoln locations. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Omaha Steaks is the official sponsor of tailgating. From legendary burgers to mouth-watering steaks, deli-style franks, and so much more, you'll elevate your next game day get-together with America's original butcher. Now you have the chance to be the ultimate gift giver this holiday season. Visit omahasteaks.com/theticket for 16 free Omaha Steaks smash burgers on your order of $129 or more. Plus 50% off site-wide. That's 16 free smash burgers at omahasteaks.com/theticket. See the website for details. Happy holidays from Omaha Steaks.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see increasing clouds throughout the day with light winds. An afternoon high around 55. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and light winds with a low around 28. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy with an afternoon high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Husker fans watch women's basketball, so we can't wait to see you in the stands at Pinnacle Bank Arena this season. Single game tickets start at just $12, making it easier than ever to watch the Huskers from the best seat in the house. Don't miss your chance to witness the energy, the hustle, and the heart of this team live in PBA. Huskers watch women's basketball, so get your tickets now at huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Make Hog Wild the centerpiece of your holiday meal. Pre-order a 4-pound boneless ham for $50, a 12-pound whole smoked turkey, or a 4-pound turkey breast for $55. A complete meal includes your choice of a whole turkey or turkey breast, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, green beans or corn, and a dozen rolls for $130. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com soon. Quantities are limited. All weights are approximate before cooking. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8. Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Don't be fooled by the typical holiday ads this year. A new car for your significant other is a dream, but not a likely reality. Why not upgrade the current car you have with a detail? This year's hot item is a gift certificate from Nebraska Auto Detail to make your car look and smell fully refreshed again. We all have clutter and we all make messes, but it doesn't have to stay like that. Give the gift of a clean car this holiday. Buy your certificate at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call 402-601-5086 for an appointment today.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer, sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back. It's The Drive, 93.7 The Ticket. Ticket! You got a ticket? I need to see your ticket. Slim.
Tickets, please. What movie? Tickets, please.
Oh.
Tickets? Tickets, please.
Express.
Yes. Polar
Express.
Express.
I remember taking, you know what,
Nice
man?
job.
Swim, those things make me a little emotional.
It does. That's the movie that my family and I watch or we used to when we all lived at the house, was Christmas Eve.
I just see my little kids when they're just little.
Yeah.
I had a Clark Griswold moment about 3 nights ago, man.
Did you?
Because Louis was sitting in my lap, in my chair, and I just, you know, it was one of those deja vu moments. I looked to the right, and I seen the Christmas tree. In about 16 years ago, when we got them their first dog, it was Samson. He was a English bulldog.
yeah.
And I remember their faces when I brought him down, when I brought him up, and they look on their faces and he started walking right where my chair was at. And I was like, that was 16 years ago, and here we are.
And here you are.
Oh, man. Goes quick. It goes quick. Tell you what else has gone fast. This doggone portal.
We got it.
We got hot. So what does this say about Nebraska right now? Here's with Raiola what he brought here. 2 injuries and inconsistencies still momentum. He brought 2 bowl seasons, which was, that was progress. It's not shocking in today's college football world, though, Swim. We both know this, and our fans, astute fan base knows this as well. But it does hurt perception. What this says about us right now, in my opinion, we still haven't had a multi-year quarterback who finishes strong. A stable quarterback room with continuity behind the starter. Development. Portal success at QB requires this, Swim. Clarity, fit, and patience. That patience part, you have no control over the third factor. You do have a control over clarity of offense and fit for offense. That's why this round is going to be crucial. Clarity and fit. You can't control the patience part. But if you win, that can help the third factor out. But clarity and fit, Nick, we have been wrong a lot. And not just this current regime. I'm talking about going back since 2019, 2018 as well. We've had 12 QBs coming in and out of this system, some of which we forgot about. We have struggled in all 3 so far. That's not a shot. That's reality. Clarity, fit, and patience. Not a lot you can do with the third, but if you take care of the first 2, the third will take care of itself.
Husker fans can help me out here. The last quarterback to start and exhaust his collegiate eligibility at Nebraska, would that have been Tommy Armstrong? Because after Tommy, Tanner Lee did not start here, obviously. Then after Tanner, it was Adrian Martinez, who did not finish his time here. Then it was Casey, who did not start here. And
did not finish here.
Did not finish here either. And then it
might have been Tommy.
I believe it was Tommy Armstrong. So there you go.
It might have been. I think
it's just a wild,
Heinrich Harburg, but you're talking about starter though, right?
Yeah.
But D-Man, you're right with Harburg. You're right. He did start here and finish here.
Yep.
I love that kid,
partially
man.
a quarterback.
And I love that kid. I love his work ethic. And you know what? And some of the past 3 or 4 years is because, like I said, the portal changes a lot of things up. That's just saying a Nebraska thing for sure. That's a lot of places as far as that goes. So that was our quick little history segment. Just what has gone on. We'll come back into those. We're going to talk some more into this. Swim, I got some interesting questions for you. I want to bring out to you and get out to the fan base too, to the listeners too. We'll be back, folks, talking more Nebraska portal quarterback situation. How to resolve it. We'll be back.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription, or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at PAHLincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends. Are you ready to make a difference this holiday season? Schwiezo Construction and TMCO are hosting a diaper drive December 5th through the 19th. They're collecting diapers, pull-ups, and wipes to benefit TMCO Prep Academy, the Nebraska Diaper Bank, and Forward. Drop off your donations at Schwiezo Construction, 93.7 The Ticket, Pine Lake Self-Storage, or White Elm Brewery. Together, we care for our community. For more information, please visit Schwiezo Construction's website or Facebook page today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
And now, introducing the starting lineup of your Nebraska Huskers. Starring Allo Fiber. At number 1, Allo Internet. At number 2, no satellite dish required. DirecTV through Allo. And at number 3, Allo Mobile. Allo Fiber, the official internet, TV, and mobile partner of Husker Nation. Level up your game and go to allofiber.com/Husker Radio.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Welcome to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainert. Former football national champion, speaker, and author Aaron Davis.
Pain is a teacher if you use it. And the lessons in the carnage of pain sometimes are elusive. They hide, they're stealth. The work is finding the lessons through the pain. There's always a message in the mess. Depends on if we want to get dirty and look for it.
Nick Sainert.
Driving left side is Boyer, picks up his dribble, looking for some help, decides to go up strong with it, and the layup will rattle home. Jack Riley picks the pocket of BJ Bradford up the floor to Jack Hostrider. Watch out! Mafisi in the lane, kicks it out. 3-ball, Townsley, right wing, it's good!
Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
folks, we are back on this tremendous Tuesday. DF says 16 years ago, we got the dog Simpson, Swinson, Swanson, Samsonite. I was way off. I'm not sure what you meant.
I don't know. But we still read it.
Huh?
You still read the text.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Even though you don't know what you mean.
No, that's why I'm reading it to get clarification from him. See, that's what I'm talking about. That is what's going to get you choked out.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
You're like, you having tremors? What are you doing? What are you puffing your chest up for?
All right, slow.
You think you could jam me off the line of scrimmage and get your hands on me?
I don't like the physical rough housing. So
the physical rough housing. Because I would jam your chest really hard.
Okay.
In your cavity, because Coach Brown would take you, I would come up and just jam your chest, and then I would sweep. And if you try to put your hands up, I would sweep your hands off of me, and then elbow you in the chin.
See, you play dirty.
No, it's in the rules as long as you don't get caught.
Can elbow.
Notice what I said
in an asterisk. As long as you don't get caught.
As long as you don't get caught.
As long as when the ref does not see it, you cannot get flagged for it.
Unknown texter 9174. Anybody checked in with Raph lately after all this? Hey, if you're not listening to the Raph show at night, I know some of you are in bed.
The dude's got Dylan Raiola cards.
Yeah, I know some of you may be in bed at 9, but check out Rav's show at 9 o'clock. He did a deep dive on it last night. I was kind of listening to him while I was watching the game as well, getting his input. But yeah, he invested a lot of cards in there. It's guys, this new day and age.
Hold on, AD, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the movie Dumb and Dumber?
Oh yeah, numerous times.
Okay, because that quote that David sent in, it's from the movie Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, when he was messing up the name of the suitcase.
Yes.
Yeah. They thought the lady he was looking at the suitcase like it was the lady's last name.
Yes.
Yes, I do remember that.
There you go.
Great movie, great flick.
Big Bird says that is just Nick making sure that the radio show stays on the air. AD, aka Ron Burgundy. Thank you, Big Bird.
Thanks to Hizzlebear, I always watch everything now.
Well, yeah,
and Hizzlebear knows what I'm talking about. Love you, buddy. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Love you. Glad you're rolling, man. You're rolling. So, Nick, I talked about that clarity and fit and patience, but here's the current QB room. We know this. There's questions. Nick, would you say there's questions everywhere in the quarterback room right now?
Certainly, yes.
Why so?
We've seen how many games from TJ Lateef? 3, 3.5, about to see 4. I don't know. I don't know if TJ Lateef's the guy. I loved the idea of him coming into the season. I loved the idea of the fact that he earned the backup quarterback role. But I will say this, like, there's Nebraska. I can already tell this offseason is going to be so much fun because I am going to say it repeatedly of that regression is not an option. Like I just, maybe I'm just too rough around the edges to just sit here and be like, I don't really care about what that program's going through. Like, you got to get the job done. You got to get the job done. And it makes it even more of like, so a perfect example is here, like, to use the ticket. And I think DP can 100% agree, and he wouldn't mind me saying this. If I or Austin or anybody else worked here, even you, AD, went to DP and was like, hey, DP, look, man, to do my job to the best of its ability, this would help me. This would help me. And then let's say 6 months later or a year later, we're doing our jobs worse. What's DP going to sit there and say? Well, hold on. If you're asking me to cater to you, you got to benefit us a little bit more.
ROI?
Right? What's the ROI?
Mm-hmm.
So to use that into Nebraska's football terminology, this is why it's incredibly risky for a coach to come out and openly ask for more money, is because now you put publicly the expectation of whatever value Husker fans view the amount of money that's being flooded into that program in terms of ROI. If that does not happen, people are going to be rightfully pissed. And so I sit here and I'm going to be strong all season, all off season, of that regression's not an option. You asked for more financial investment. You asked for more buy-in. You received it. And now you cannot go back in a year and a half from now when we're going into the offseason of 2027 with after Nebraska fails to make a bowl game, maybe barely makes a bowl game, and sit here and expect people to have excuses or that there's pity for you. I just don't buy into it. And that starts at leadership. That's not even talking about the 18-year-olds. Like we can argue about the kids and all that stuff. Everything that I just mentioned is the adults in the room.
Here's one thing I'm going to say to your point, Nick, with this new landscape. When you were, and this is the reality, when you were being paid for if I can speak right, for performance, when you're being paid for performance, there's expectations go out the roof, and rightfully so. That's the way it is. If you want to secure the bag, you better perform. That's the way it is in the real world. First of all, I'm not even saying real world money. They're making money most than people in the population. Your premier guys are.
Yeah.
They're in the top 3% of income brackets. So there's along with that comes expectations. You know what I'm saying? Nick, if I'm charging a client a certain fee to speak, I better go in there and knock it out the park.
Exactly.
That's the bottom line. Or I'm not going to be invited back, and word travels quick. Yeah. Look, don't bring this dude in. Don't bring this girl in because we brought them in, paid X amount of dollars, and they did not perform. Nick, when you're going in, if you're on the shows, calling state basketball and those sponsorships who write those big checks to sponsor that time, and you're on there, don't know the names, messing up calls and stats, you're not going to be on there long because they invested in a product and they want to see a return on that product that looks good. So think about Latif. He showed toughness and poise late. He did. He earned respect. We know that. But here's the deal. Like you mentioned, Nick, no proven long-term starter, no portal QB added yet, which is, obviously the portal hasn't officially opened yet. But this spring portal window, man, is massive. Okay, Nick, 3 questions. Do you bring a veteran? Do you commit to development? How do you prevent another mass exit? Start with the first one. Do you bring in a veteran? If you're calling the shots, what are you doing?
I think you do.
And explain why, in your opinion.
I think that you do. And you look at it as 2027 is it's Trey Taylor. That's just how kind of the writing is feeling like it's on the wall for me. It's a really weird situation because 6 months ago, you probably didn't feel like this was going to be the case. And that's what's really, really strange is 6 months ago or so, you felt like, all right, Dylan Raiola is going to be here for one more year. You hope that it has a smooth transition of Dylan to then, Dylan to then TJ Latif for a year, see what TJ Latif can do. Then Trey Taylor has some time. There's no pressure for guys to have to play right away.
Here's what you have in your locker room as of today.
Yeah.
And again, these are going to change because of, just graduating, et cetera. Luke Longvall, Jr.
But so
no, let me read the names.
But there's differences between pieces that can play.
No, I'm just saying what's in the quarterback room as of right now.
Yeah.
You got Bodie Suka, all right, redshirt freshman from Blair. You got Jalen Gramstead, who will be gone. Okay.
Yeah.
And you have Marcos Davila, who came from Purdue. He's a redshirt freshman. That's it.
And TJ
Latif, obviously, yeah. TJ Latif.
Yeah.
If you're bringing in a veteran, what type of veteran are you bringing in?
If you're going to bring in a veteran, you're going to bring in a dude that can play.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the honest truth. I think, I don't know. And we got this, Robert on the YouTube stream says NIL has changed the quarterback dynamics. And I think that's absolutely right. Just because it's for everything that we just talked about earlier in the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's just guys that are proven talent, which I think is something Nebraska needs.
Mm-hmm.
Guys that are proven talent are not going to come in if there's a risk that they don't get the job.
You look at the overall roster, and that roster has got some diamonds in there, in my opinion. They've got some guys that can contribute right away. I look at our defensive line, Swim, and the thing is to keep them.
Mm-hmm.
You look at Keona Davis, Nwerny, that's on there. Those are guys you want to make sure that you can keep on that defensive line. You got a new defensive coach, Ulrich. Of course, sometimes when you have a coach that comes in, some of their guys who are eligible to transfer in will transfer in. So all of that is yet to be determined. So I'm really excited about that. And just, you know what, Nick, think about this, man. Just to see what type of system they'll implement and the type of caliber of player they bring in. Even just in St. Louis last week, talking to a lot of Missouri Tiger fans.
Yeah.
They see our facilities online. They know we have the pieces here. It's just putting them together. And I know it's frustrating as fans. I'm frustrated. You're frustrated. I'm just excited to see, like I said, this is, like you mentioned, this is a huge offseason, man, in my opinion. It's a huge one. I personally, this is just me, my own humble opinion. From what I've saw from TJ Lateef, and depending on what type of system they implement with Jeep Wade and company, dude, I like TJ Lateef, man. And he's young. He's elusive. He gets rid of the ball pretty quick. He's a pretty good passer. Now, we obviously haven't seen a lot. Like I said, the body work is not there. But I think the tools are there for him. I think the key thing is going to be, if you're going to be a team that kind of an RPO, you got to get some guys that can protect him.
Yeah.
Because you don't want the guy hurt, hurt as well. You got to protect him. But I like how he's able to improvise on the run. And we've seen that. And people will say, wait, we haven't seen enough work. I think we've seen hints of what could be with a TJ Lateef, though. And quite honestly, yes, you do need to bring a veteran. All right? You need a big veteran. I will say this, though, in my opinion, again, if it's someone that's going to come in and say, hey, this guy's going to start, TJ Lateef's gone, in my opinion. And I can't say anything for sure, but, first of all, you're not going to get a guy to come in here who's a bona fide starter that's going to want to compete. Like, no, I'm going someplace to play, especially with the Sorsby. He's got 1 year, to my understanding. He's got 1 year left, So those are things that have to get worked out. But, dude, I'm a big fan of TJ Lateef, man. I like his moxie. I like his poise. Against Penn State, he took some hits against Penn State, man. And I don't know. I like the kid. It's just going to be interesting to see what happens in the portal part of it, man.
We got this text, and it's coming after me, not you, AD. It says, Nick, why are you projecting doom and gloom? How do you know next year won't be wildly successful despite the schedule? The portal has not even opened. I'm so tired of your shtick. You're constantly dissing Matt Rule. No, I'm fine with that. I'm not.
I don't think you were dissing Matt Rule.
I'm not dissing Matt Rule at all. I'm also not trying to project doom and gloom. I'm trying to be realistic. I'm trying to let people know that at the end of the day, you can't, as you go forward into this next season, things that everything that I've said, I would like to believe. And if you guys feel differently on the text line, and this texter specifically 8668 on the text line, if you feel differently, please let me know. Everything I've said has not necessarily been opinion. It's been more factual. Everything I've said, in that Nebraska's had consistent turnover on the coaching staff. Nebraska has not had an identity on offense. Nebraska paid a lot of money for not only their quarterback that's no longer here, but also to extend the head coach so that you could provide results. 5 weeks ago, Matt Rule comes out and says, if you want championship results, you need championship investment. He then comes out 2 weeks later and says that Nebraska has the championship investment as well. So naturally, as an analyst of the sport and of this program, more investment means more success. There is a direct correlation in business, in sports, in any sort of thing that you do. If you have more investment, if you have more priority, and if you have more, I should say, money, then you expect more success. I don't feel like that's an opinion thing. I also don't feel like that's a hot take. I say it all the time. Take the fact that Dylan Raiola is a legacy guy out of this. You could just have it quarterback X, and everything that you and I are saying, AD, stays the same. You can take away Matt Rule, that you can have Coach Y, and everything that we say is a great is it all still applies. None of the stuff that I personally am saying, since you're coming after me, nothing that I have said is a personal attack. It is the 100% just honest feeling of where I'm at of this thing, and looking at Nebraska went to Jeff Sims in year one and it did not work. Now, if you want to blame it on the offensive coordinator and the leaders in that room, that's fine. Number two is they went and they could have gotten Sam Levitt, or they could have tried harder for Sam Levitt, who is a freshman and 4 years of eligibility, They chose to move on from him. Kyle McCord was on his way to Lincoln when they allowed Dylan Raiola to flip his commitment and be here. Yeah, he was in Lincoln getting ready to commit when Dylan Raiola flipped his commitment and came to Nebraska. So Kyle McCord goes to Syracuse instead for his one season. So if you want to play the eligibility game there, I'm fine with that. We can do that. Dylan Raiola then comes in and there's a lot that's invested in him, rightfully so. But I also say that I don't think, I said this at the start of the show in the first segment, that this was not a Dylan Raiola sole decision. Nebraska's a part of this. Like, I'm not mad about anything here. I'm also not trying to project doom and gloom. My point goes back to the identification piece. The identification piece in that you can get infatuated with Brendan Sorsby from Cincinnati. You can want Sam Levitt. You can want Kyle McCord because he played at Ohio State. You can want anybody. But at the end of the day, we can talk about Indiana and that they won double-digit games with Ohio's quarterback last year, and they won double-digit games, and they are the number one team in the country with California's quarterback last year. It is about the ability to find the right pieces, have the right people in the rooms, and work towards a common goal.
Sanderson, good morning. Good to hear from your brother. Goes to the last texter. What has Nick said that's wrong? You can't wish for fairy tales and rainbows all you want. Most of us live in reality, and things don't seem real and stable right now. Big Daddy Travis, some people just can't accept the cold hard truth. I love the honesty. Keep it real, G. Hindsight is great, isn't it? Yes, we can always look in hindsight. Meal ticket. Somebody had a question. Okay, the meal ticket. I want to read this one. I'm going to make sure I glance over it first. Your meal ticket usually coming pretty cool. I actually have a real serious question to ask. We know college football is now with NIL deals. Transport all the way is all screwed up. I totally agree with you on that meal ticket. And the way the playoff bracket works, do you think college football hike will slowly into the wayside and other college sports will rise to take its spot? I say that because I've noticed, especially here in Nebraska, is that how your football is somewhat pushed off to the side right now. Nebraska has become a volleyball state. And a lot of other athletic departments have risen to show some spotlight with fan pace here in Nebraska. What are your guys' thoughts?
So it's kind of a tough one. Let me look back to this here.
I'll start off. I think,
please do.
I think it's more people are focused on volleyball because that was what was in season at the point, and they're successful. You have more. There's more curiosity when your team is winning. There's more fanfare when your team is winning. There's more excitement when your team is winning. Just as creatures, as humans, we go towards things that make us feel good and stay away from things that harm us or frustrate us or piss us off. So Nebraska volleyball and men's and women's basketball right now, and quite honestly, wrestling's always under the radar, but they're consistently doing well. Those are things people are gravitating towards. Now, although football is the porch light, we all know that. There's nothing hidden about that. It's been frustrating as far as that goes. But to your point, though, meal ticket, it definitely makes it more of a sour taste in your mouth.
It does.
When you have the NIL that's come in and it's like this guy's here now, but he's gone now. She's here, she's gone now. In particular in football, when that's the main thing that you see, and it's the main it's the biggest porch light. It's going to impact you more, whether they're doing good or whether they're doing bad. It's going to impact you more.
It also magnifies the amount of. So when you have the amount of money, like. You can't have it both ways and sit here and say you need to pay all these guys more money and then get mad about the fact that there's a lot of money in this and that money is the main driver. So the fact that I would also add with the amount of money that is poured into the football program, a larger magnifying glass gets put on it. That's the honest truth. And maybe it's because it's the main driver. It's the engine. It is what works. This is once again, it is with more investment becomes more, it brings on more results. It brings on more expected success. And so when there's some disconnect on what the priority is, on what is the priority for Nebraska football, is it to make a bowl game or is it to compete for a national championship? Because in my opinion, it doesn't take 9 years to be able to compete for a national championship. I'm not talking about Indiana. That's an outlier. They're doing something but to show consistent stability and progress, People want to say it's impossible in college athletics. No, I think it is. You have to get the right leaders in place from top to bottom. And I think Nebraska is in a much better spot than they were 5 years ago. That's not what I'm getting at all. However, I am a very big proponent in celebrating things when people are doing their job even better or more so than what they expected them to do. And when you look at volleyball, consistently, they do even more than what we expect. When you look at men's basketball, women's basketball, they are doing more than what we even expected. And so, yeah, that's why we celebrate those things right now.
You know, Swim, I showed you a document yesterday that keeps track of things.
Yeah.
It measures. I can get pissed at the document all I want. It doesn't negate the fact that the numbers are the facts.
Yeah.
When you look at a P&L sheet, profit and loss sheet, you can be mad at the results all you want, but you have to be honest with yourself and say, how did we get here?
Absolutely.
What is causing this loss? What is causing our profits? And then you go accordingly. This is the same thing as in college athletics. Being honest, it's just a reality. You don't have to like the P&L statement. And if you don't like the P&L statement, change your behaviors.
Yeah.
That's how you change it. Nebraska has to change certain behaviors in order to improve the profit and loss.
Bingo.
It's business 101. I'm not a guru by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm glad I have some people that I have access to that can help me make better decisions to improve that profit and loss statement. That's what college sports is. It's profit and loss. You do your SWOT analysis, which Nebraska's doing right now. In case you don't know what a SWOT analysis is, and I just always assume people don't, you look at your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, your threats. What is the SWOT analysis for Nebraska football right now? That's what they're doing. And Nick, you brought this up in July. That's why our GM, say his name again and his responsibilities.
Pat Stewart.
And whatever his responsibilities.
You have to identify who's the best people to bring in.
Identify talent. Pat Stewart. The eyes are going to be on him and company right now because they're doing this SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to the entire roster from top to bottom. What puts us in a better position so at the end of 2026, our P&L looks a little different. It's business 101, man. It sucks sometimes. Sometimes I look at mine and be like, AD, what in the heck? Numbers don't lie. Those are results. That's how you judge it. You can't be mad at the work you didn't do or the things that you made mistakes on at misjudging opportunities. It's called the cost, and there's always a cost. Folks, we'll be right back. It's The Drive.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Miller, Business Development Officer at Midwest Bank's Lincoln branches. As a lifelong Lincolnite with over 30 years of experience in financial management, I'm here to help your business grow and succeed. My focus is building strong relationships with businesses and clients across Lincoln. Because at Midwest Bank, we believe banking is about people, not just numbers. Visit us at midwest.bank or stop by one of our Lincoln locations. Your community, your bank. Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Guess what you could be getting as a gift this year?
Another year of free oil changes?
Nope. I'll give you a clue. Onk, onk.
I don't know. 6 geese a-laying?
No.
Vacuum cleaner?
Better. This has 4-wheel drive.
The Nebraska Lottery's Yuletide Ride promotion is back?
Yep. Until January 20th, I just enter non-winning Merry Money holiday scratch tickets online, and we could win an SUV.
We?
Sorry, you.
Merry Money top prize odds vary by game.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer. Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crave. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see increasing clouds throughout the day with light winds and an afternoon high around 55. Tonight, partly cloudy skies and light winds with a low around 28. And tomorrow, we'll see mostly sunny skies and be breezy, an afternoon high near 54. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puckett for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Are you ready to make a difference this holiday season? Schwiezo Construction and TMCO are hosting a diaper drive December 5th through the 19th. They're collecting diapers, pull-ups, and wipes to benefit TMCO Prep Academy, the Nebraska Diaper Bank, and Forward. Drop off your donations at Schwiezo Construction, 93.7 The Ticket, Pine Lake Self-Storage, or White Elm Brewery. Together, we care for our community. For more information, please visit Schwiezo Construction's website or Facebook page today.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote-controlled cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. You know, practical things. Brown's Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, UGG, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3 get 1 free on Smart Wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy-for person in your life. Brown's Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Make Hog Wild the centerpiece of your holiday meal. Pre-order a 4-pound boneless ham for $50, a 12-pound whole smoked turkey, or a 4-pound turkey breast for $55. A complete meal includes your choice of a whole turkey or turkey breast, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, green beans or corn, and a dozen rolls for $130. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com soon. Quantities are limited. All weights are approximate before cooking. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Now back to the drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
on this before we hop into the 80 attitude adjustment to close it off. Few more points to hit here and to address and just to put out. That's why I love lively conversations. Here's the big picture takeaway for all of us. Nick, the portal didn't break Nebraska. The portal didn't break LSU. The portal didn't break Indiana. The portal didn't break Ohio State. The portal didn't break Michigan. The portal did not break Florida. The portal did not break Ole Miss. The portal does not break a program. Instability does. The portal magnifies the cracks in your program. Added money, they get even bigger. Nebraska, we have to develop our quarterbacks. We got to keep them healthy. We have to build depth behind them. If not, Nick, we will, not just Nebraska, every program that has been tinkering on the ledge of being relevant and mediocre, until you fix certain things that bring in stability, you're going to continue to be on that ledge. Now, we know it can be done. I don't even like to bring Indiana in, Nick, to your point. There is a book called Outliers. It's the truth. Signetti is a unicorn. Indiana is, they're a unicorn. I don't even think there's just certain things. Sometimes lightning strikes in the bottle and the guy harnesses it. It is what it is. However, once you see those issues, you must address them. That's yet to be determined. That's yet to be determined. It's going to be interesting to do. Nick, like I said back in July, we got a kitchen. We got a state-of-the-art kitchen in our resources, our fan base, facilities. And granted, Nebraska, let's just be honest, Nebraska has not been relevant in a very long time in football. That's relevant. But that N is still a very strong brand. As I travel this country, and if I wear an N on it, people know that is Nebraska football. And you know what, Nick, in a certain way, there's always those who like Nebraska's demise, because when you were on top for so long, there's some that like to see you at the bottom as far as that goes. But the ones who are just sports enthusiasts, they know they like to see Nebraska, or it's a Notre Dame, or it's a UCLA, if you would, who's been downtrodden the past number of years. You like to see those brands do well, those helmet games do well. You like to see their programs do well, as far as that goes. So Nebraska, like I said, this is a huge offseason for Nebraska, and to get this thing right, man.
And it was before and it is after Dylan Raiola announces his plans to transfer. Like this is before and after. So I just think, I go back to everything that we talked about at the first segment, and kind of what I put on Twitter. Like this is where everybody in that building that's in charge of identifying the talent, this is where they show that they are the right people for the jobs, in my opinion, because Nebraska and with it is the development of certain guys in the room at multiple positions. It gets magnified every year. Put the schedule aside. Like I don't even think once, AD, you and I in this conversation throughout the last hour and a half have mentioned that the schedule is going to be the issue next year. No, like it's more
schedule.
You play who you play. And I'm more, I think the conversation that we've had the entirety of the show is more personnel based. It's who's going to be out there. You have to replace an All-American caliber running back in Emmett Johnson. And do you feel like I'm not asking fans necessarily. It's more of like a rhetorical question to the staff. Do you feel like you've done enough with the guys that are in the room to put them on the correct trajectory into being a viable replacement for Emmett Johnson? Or do you feel like you maybe need to go out and use outside resources to go and replace that so that you don't regress next year? Because the expectation and the ability or the understanding that there's regression, I just never buy into it. I don't buy into it. Now, once again, I will sit here until I'm blue in the face and I'll never claim to be able to do a better job. But there is a reason why Nebraska commits so much to their football program, and it's because it is priority number one. Now, as we go in there, as you dig deeper, it is the priority winning? Is the priority putting on a competitive product? Is it to make a ReliaQuest Bowl? Like what do you want Nebraska football to be able to accomplish? And that should be regardless of the schedule. Indiana had to play Ohio State this year. Indiana had to play
Oregon
at Penn State.
At Oregon.
They had to play at Oregon. Not once did you hear Indiana sitting there before this season started and go, Oh man, hey, the schedule. It's a tough one.
Yeah.
You can't compare yourself to these national championship contenders, and then when you're faced with the same adversity as a program, use it as an excuse of why you're not competing at that level.
Yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what goes down, man. This is like I said, it's a pivotal offseason. First of all, every season is pivotal if you want to stay relevant, but particularly when a team you're struggling to become relevant, it's even more pivotal. So it'll be interesting to see. And not only that, it'll be interesting to see how they show up on December 31st, game that you're going to there. But in particular, because in 2 days after that game, it's going to be the wild, wild west across the country.
AD, the guy that, or the person that texted in that said they were tired of my shtick. They said, do you donate? I do, and I don't have a problem with it. That's fine. You spend your money.
Yeah,
you spend your money the way that you see fit. I'm fine with this. Like I'm okay with this, because if I was investing millions and millions of my dollars, which I'm not, but if, let's say hypothetically I was, and it was 7
what
wins.
Does it matter if you donate or not?
Also,
I mean, it's like if you like your team, some people are in different financial positions to donate or not.
That's branching off into a different conversation.
Yeah,
But like
what I'm saying is
what you're showing us though, Texter, is that there's never going to be universal agreement on whether or not the ROI is sufficient.
And you're allowed to have an opinion just because you don't, regardless if you donate or not. I mean, it's great that you donate, but to use that as a sticking point is kind of like that's really outside the bounds of the whole discussion. I think you're allowed to have an opinion and voice facts, which are being voiced are facts in real numbers, without saying, did you donate? Well, what does that have to do with it? I can see with my 2 eyes of what's being done and what I've seen, regardless if I've invested money or not.
If you invest, does that automatically make your opinion more valid?
Absolutely not.
And so, I mean, now granted, if you must know, now, we're not going to talk about this.
No,
go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
We're not going to
talk about this.
People bring in the money situation, man. Money. Listen,
if you're happy with your investment, then that's great.
And I'm not going to knock anybody for investing in anything.
Absolutely
that
not.
has no place in the discussion whatsoever if somebody donated or not, as far as that goes. It's not a building fund at a church, So, I mean, that's irrelevant in my opinion, man. The bottom line is you can have an opinion and voice, and it's not even an opinion. You can have an opinion, but also you can voice facts. And if the facts upset people, well, it's just the facts. I bleed this freaking university, man.
Yeah.
I want this university.
Well, did you donate?
Actually, I do.
Are you happy with your investment?
Actually, I'd like to see improvement. If my stock was doing this, I'd be like, hey, board of directors, we're going to move some things. So no, when you love something, there's the thing about it, Nick, I'm going to say this, man. When you care about something and it's not going the way that you want it to go or the way that it should be going, if you don't voice opinions, if you don't have a problem with it, well, don't get mad at the results then.
Mm-hmm.
Or just continue in that relationship or whatever that endeavor may be.
Yeah.
But when you care passionately about something, you're going to have strong opinions about it. And because someone doesn't mean that person's wrong, as long as they're talking facts, which you did.
That's fine.
There was nothing that you brought up that was just, a wild hair or an axe you had to grind. You were listing numbers, facts, stats, data. Nothing wrong with that, man. If you care about something, you're going to be passionate. But even this, people can look at the same data and have two different expressions too. Some people are more irritated.
100%.
For instance, I was raised in a family. My dad, he didn't let certain things stress him out. Some people, they see a bill. Oh, I got to pay this right away. My dad be like, I'm going to put something on it. and he would take care of it. But people look at facts differently too, but it doesn't change the fact that facts are facts. We'll be back, folks. And that is a fact.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell & Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life, your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
It's basketball season, and Salt Mine City is your pregame and postgame headquarters in the Haymarket for craft beers and great food. Get ready for the game with their big, fatty 7-ounce hamburger, or try a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. And don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, your basketball headquarters, now open at 2 p.m. Monday through Thursday and 11 a.m. Friday through Sunday at 8th and R.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we're focused on providing custom solutions that set you up for success now and in the future. Connect with us today at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote-controlled cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. You know, practical things. Brown's Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, UGG, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3 get 1 free on Smart Wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy-for person in your life. Brown's Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln. Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer. Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crave. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Now back to The Drive with Aaron Davis and Nick Sainer. Sponsored by Doors Plus on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Folks, we are back as promised. Told you that was a fact. We were going to come back. Oh, I love the spirit. Nick, that is a purple Lincoln Navigator out there.
No, it's not. Aviator.
Aviator, I mean.
Yeah, close. That looks cool, though.
I kind of like that purple, man. I don't know if I could get with that. Purple Rain. I would sing Purple Rain every time
You would.
got it.
Yeah, please don't.
I only want to see swim laughing in the purple rain.
Purple rain. Purple rain.
You know, I had a chance to go to his museum, his house.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Foreman, I know Foreman's probably been there. I'm assuming he's been there being in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
They said after his death, there were in his music vault that he could release a new album for the next 100 years. There was so much music in there. Unbelievable, man.
That's ridiculous.
Folks, life has a way of putting some roadblocks in front of us over and over again, not to punish us, but to prepare us. If you keep seeing the same patterns, frustration, or setbacks, don't ignore them. Lean into them with an attitude to learn. What is this teaching me? Life isn't trying to break us, but it is going to try to test us. Our attitude determines whether we grow from the moment or repeat the same moment until the lesson is learned. And when you shift your attitude from why me, as my good friend Todd Kelfey taught me, why not me? Todd Kelfey lost his daughter to a drunk driver about a decade ago, and we were having coffee in the Scar about 7 years ago, and he goes, AD, I had to come to the conclusion. So, folks, if you're going through something today, this man lost his firstborn. Not why me, but what is this trying to teach me? And why not me? Sometimes things happen in life. Well, why is this happening? Why not? It's called life. There are things that are going to happen to us that are not comfortable. Some self-inflicted and some's just life. But instead of saying, why me? What is it trying to teach me? And why not me? Have an attitude to learn a lesson. Swim has been a great show,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Love it.
We got told that we our singing was a 0 out of 10 by Unmasked Texter.
Unmasked Texter. I think even 0 was being polite.
Yeah, right. Thank you.
Love you. We'll roll with you.
Make Hog Wild the centerpiece of your holiday meal. Pre-order a 4-pound boneless ham for $50, a 12-pound whole smoked turkey, or a 4-pound turkey breast for $55. A complete meal includes your choice of a whole turkey or turkey breast, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, green beans or corn, and a dozen rolls for $130. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com soon. Quantities are limited. All weights are approximate before cooking. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Guess what you could be getting as a gift this year?
Another year of free oil changes?
Nope. I'll give you a clue. Onk, onk.
I don't know. 6 geese a laying?
No.
Vacuum cleaner?
Better. This has 4-wheel drive.
The Nebraska Lottery's Yuletide Ride promotion is back?
Yep. Until January 20th, I just enter non-winning Merry Money holiday scratch tickets online, and we could win an SUV.
We?
Sorry, you.
Merry Money top prize odds vary by game.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote control cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. You know, practical things. Brown's Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, UGG, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3 get 1 free on Smart Wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy-for person in your life. Brown Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Imagine starting your day with a computer glitch that leaves you feeling stuck, frustrated, and unable to get your work done. You have 1,000,001 things to get done today, and waiting for the tech issue to solve itself isn't one of them. It's time to let Hamilton handle the tech so you don't have to. We help businesses across the state spend more time on what they do best and less time frustrated with office technology. As the official business IT